All right. Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. As always, thanks for listening. We back, and it has been quite a time for sports between football. If you're an NBA fan, playoffs have been phenomenal. If you're an NFL fan, news is finally starting to drop. Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. NFL draft is this Thursday. It's a good time. It's a good time. But you know what this is? It's a football podcast. So we got to talk about the football. And I don't think there's any better place to start than in a place where everything seems to be on fire. And that is one, Tottenham Hotspur. So to work in back to front here. It started on Sunday with their match against Newcastle. It was down. They were down 5-0 within the first 20 minutes. Final score ended up 6-1. Game was not that close at all. Honestly, it should have been 12 if Newcastle didn't take their foot off the gas at some point in the second half. With that said, now that was a horrible defeat, as you can imagine. Fans were already walking out of the stadium by the 20th minute. It was crazy. So Stellini was sacked yesterday, and Ryan Mason has been made interim manager for the rest of the season. And now it's crazy. They didn't think Ryan Mason was good enough to replace Conte when they sacked Conte, but now all of a sudden he's good enough to replace the guy who replaced Conte. It's a funny thing, Spurs.
Isn't this his second time being Spurs coach too? Because when they sacked Mourinho, yeah. So it's like
played there, and he actually went right from playing to becoming a coach, like for a Tottenham coach, right from the Tottenham squad to coaching for the team that he just played for. And, yeah. It's like he retired, and Daniel Levy said, "Hey, we need you back as a coach." It's like, all right, sign me up.
Yeah, well, I think it's very safe to say Chelsea are in the same boat as Spurs, or a similar boat. But looking at them, they're sixth right now. They have Liverpool right behind them with a game in hand at 3 points. And then we have Brighton a little bit behind. So yeah, I think Spurs are in free fall. Or they might be in free fall.
I don't think they're finishing in a place in Europe for Europe. I think that is behind them. I think it's behind them at this point. I think now it's just damage control. Now I think what they should do, their focus for the rest of the season, is audit. It should be an internal audit. You should be. I don't care. I should be seeing rotations. I should be seeing every game you're using all 5 substitutions. I need to be seeing you playing around with this team. Start evaluating who you keeping and who you letting go. And with that being said, who do you think would come in and fit as the next manager? Now that manager pool has gotten a little bit tighter with Thomas Tuchel going to Bayern, and there's some Chelsea news that we'll get to that in a second when we discuss Chelsea coming up after Tottenham. But so that really leaves Luis Enrique, Nagelsmann, and a few others. But those two are the most notable free agents at this point. So who would you rather see at Tottenham? Who do you expect?
Nagelsmann, because he's coached a club similar to Tottenham before in the German version of Tottenham, Leipzig. Or should I say Loserzib? Because
crazy
that 7-0 debacle, I can't I can't just overlook that. That's like a stain on their record for life. Yeah. So yeah, Tottenham is the perfect example of a Premier League version of Leipzig. Always making great players, sell them, make a lot of money, win nothing, look good for a few games, can't win important games, always found wanting, but never lack of skillful players. Actually, I'd say Leipzig has more skillful players than Tottenham at this point.
Look, every player they have how many games? They have 6 games. Like every game is against a team that is fighting for something. Like they have Man U, they have to go to Anfield. Crystal Palace coming, Aston Villa. They have to go to Aston Villa. They have to go to Brentford, or Brentford has to visit them, and then the final day it's Leeds. So I think Tottenham might. I don't know. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to be in Europe.
So here's my next question. Next and final question on Tottenham. Harry Kane. There's if the word on the street is United is looking to make a move. United is prepared to give him a 100,000 pound per week raise, and would give him 300,000 per week if he were to sign. And word on the street is that Tottenham is completely ready to let him go to Man United. That being the case, do you think that is the best move for Harry Kane?
Yeah. Of course, he should go to Man United and actually win something. Spurs, and it also
your belief.
It also helps them out, like at Spurs too, because they get a lot of money that they can use to rebuild. And you did ask who would be best to rebuild with, but Zach, I guess like we forgot to mention like Graham Potter is available, and also if they move quick, they can maybe get Pochettino back.
Yeah, Potter is not gonna fit in as Spurs at all. Nagelsmann seems like he's the kind of guy that.
That's a crazy downgrade though from Bayern to Spurs.
He has no choice.
To be honest,
he always has a choice.
While it is a downgraded name, I think Spurs is the perfect.
He's used to it.
The perfect kind of job.
Yeah.
For Nagelsmann, especially after what transpired at Bayern. He's still very young in his career. What is he, like 37, 38? He's still very young himself. Working on a project like this, I think is exactly where, he is at this point in his career. That and the fact that, it's a club like Spurs that is still considered to be a big six in the Premier League. This is quite the opportunity because to kick it to NFL, let's say he does something with Tottenham. We're going to start looking at him like how people look at this dude over with the Rams. Who's the coach of the Rams?
Sean McVay.
There you go, Sean McVay. He was a young upstart. Now he has a Super Bowl. Now he's a young gun. There you go.
Well, it's like it's mission impossible to win with Spurs. So if he actually does win it, then okay, I'll give him a lot of respect. But the job is just so massive. Like they have to retool the squad. They're gonna miss their greatest scorer of all time, the greatest player of all time. Even though they didn't win nothing, but it's like I wouldn't want to go to Spurs and have to figure all that out. And then Daniel Levy, you can't trust him, even if he wants to talk about, I'm going to invest this much and I'm going to support and we're going to spend money. Even if he said that, you really can't trust it at all because that's not what we see from him. He seems comfortable just every other year is in Europe, and every other year Harry Kane breaks some records. And now I don't even know what the identity is without Kane, honestly. Like with Richarlison and Son up front now.
Time to move on, I think. It's time. It's time. At one point, Real Madrid was concerned that Real Madrid didn't know what they were going to look like without Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
They've since,
but that's Real Madrid though. Real Madrid are the same team they were before, during, and after Ronaldo. It's not really comparable. Dave, it's not like Ronaldo got there and he won them everything. They were already winning, and then they won, and then they won after.
All right, so you're right. You're right. It's not like they were winning with Kane. So if Kane leaves, what are they going to do?
Well, how are they going to score goals, though? That's the thing.
It took Real Madrid some time to rebuild, but not as long as it take any other team, say like Tottenham. Whereas Real Madrid took 2, maybe 3 years to rebuild, and they were still winning trophies, but just not like the higher trophies while they were rebuilding. Say Tottenham, okay, you can just keep adding to that. You can probably make another page that says length of days since we lost Harry Kane that we have. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like that.
They're just, whoever takes that job has to like commit, and there needs to be like a vision going forward, like what Chelsea are doing right now. That's what Spurs should be doing too. Like, y'all got to figure out where y'all go from here, especially if
the manager. That's on Levy. Regardless of whatever manager that Spurs decides, it's Levy that needs to decide. Like, okay, if this is going to be a rebuild, he has to fully commit to the rebuild. Get guys on the team out. Choose who you want to keep. Harry Kane can't be one of them.
Levy is already a bad owner. Levy needs to do what the New York Knicks owner did. Take it to NBA. The worst owner, literally, he's been the worst owner for the league for how long? James Dolan. And then what did he do? He hired 2 guys that could do his job for him. Just paid them. And now the Knicks are about to. Oh, I'm sorry, Marcus. The Knicks are about to
knock out the cap.
What I'm saying is, I'm sorry to use your Cleveland Cavaliers to prove this point, but
listen, we're forcing Game 7. But listen, this is not the NBA podcast, so that's fine. But just know we're forcing Game 7.
Got you.
Interesting.
Anyways, my point about that was to say, James Dolan, literally, I don't think anyone thought that he would be able to build a team like this. Well, he didn't. He just paid guys too. That's what.
Levy doesn't know how to step back, though.
That's what Todd Bowley needs to fully embrace. It's not just hiring anyone to make the decisions. Hiring the right guys. You have to hire the right guys to make those decisions.
Daniel Levy is definitely
give them the power, give them the authority, give them the budget. And
I don't think Daniel Levy is going to do that, though. He's not going to do that.
To hire the right guys, you have to hire good, competent guys. You probably have to hire really, really, really good guys who are high. Who are going to ask for a lot of money, so you're going to have to break the bank. Exactly. Basically, all I'm saying is he's going to have to break the bank if he wants that team. Man City spends the most every season. There are all kinds of wars for financial fair play and all that stuff. Why? They're not afraid to pay up. They will pay if you're the best, whatever director out there, we will pay you. Doesn't matter what they're paying you. We'll double, triple it. Just come with us. They have to start adopting some of those mindsets. I'm not saying they have to do it with every position in that club, but there are strategic positions that you can afford to overpay and make up in other ways. But hey, just thinking out loud here.
And also, I don't think FFP applies to the staff or the CEO of the club, the technical directors, or isn't it just focused on players and how much they cost?
He's still too cheap.
I think it's just balancing the books in general.
Because those guys that I'm talking about, they don't cost $500K for a 4-year deal. No, this is a 6-7 year deal. Talking multi-million-dollar contract deals because of the high demand of them. If they're good at their job, they're going to be in high demand. So you're going to have to pay more. It's just how the job business works. A more talented person gets paid more.
Well, I hope this video reaches Daniel Levy because I don't expect him to do any of what we just said.
Or I don't, so he can just keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Just keep
Hey,
doing
and
keep
that
being
closes
Spurs
that
in.
chapter on Spurs. Next up, we got Chelsea. Nah, wow, y'all have been busy. So, word on the street is you guys have found your manager. You poached him from your London counterparts, a one Mauricio Pochettino. Now, word on the street is the idea was Todd Bowley wanted him to, take his time, assess the team, start in the summer. But Pochettino wants to start this week. He's ready. He's ready to start ASAP.
Mm.
So
I'm
the
guessing
floor is yours. I mean, you guys are you're the Chelsea fans. So tell me what you think. Tell me like what's to expect. I mean, I don't know, man. This is your new manager.
It leaves Lamps once again looking for another job.
Yeah, poor Lampard. It's about to be unemployed.
I mean, he hasn't been well. You guys have lost 4 games in a row for the first time.
So we're gonna. So wait. Do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? We'll be the first club. We have to be the first club in the history of football to have 5 coaches in one season. Like if he actually starts, that's our 5th manager. Like,
unfortunately, that will be the narrative going for Chelsea. But
and what happens when he starts losing? Like, bro, just wait and have a preseason.
No such thing.
At least I would say that if that's what he wants to do, but I'm hearing from you, he wants to start now.
At this point, I'm willing to agree with Marcus. There's no such thing because Todd Bowley has already set the benchmark so high. So he's probably just gonna run through Europe's coaches and just keep running through them on a recycling basis till he runs out of coaches to hire, then probably just hire himself. But what I'm saying is he needs to figure out, all this hiring coaches is not, that's not the issue with our club. He needs to hire someone to hire the coaches for him. Okay? When you're an owner and you're bad at something, it's really simple. It's not rocket science. You have the money. Hire someone who is good at this stuff and let's get it popping. Oh, man. Do you really think Roman Abramovich, I mean, sorry, I don't want to disrespect Roman here, but do you really think when Roman Abramovich bought Chelsea, was a football genius? No, he was a fan. He watched it, but he never played, never coached. No. What did he do? He hired perhaps the smartest, one of his most brilliant, most talented women athletic directors on the planet. And the rest was history. I mean, there is no
honestly
Chelsea without Marina Granovskaya. Like, it's just, yeah.
Well, he already has his team set up. Like, I can only hope that once this decision is made, he'll focus on like the business side and leave the football to the football guys, and the business guys will take care of business. I'm honestly not sold on Pochettino, especially since like every day I see all these. I'm actually actively against it because I'm seeing these Chelsea journalists trying to spin and spin and spin and try to like justify why we're going after Pochettino, and it's just really annoying.
Actively against. I've never been actively against any Chelsea coach, even Sarri. And Sarri was hated a lot when he was hired.
Yeah, I don't even like Pochettino. Is just like, come on, man. Like it's just
for Pochettino. Yeah,
it's
such a lateral move. Yeah,
Wow,
it's not a lateral move. Like it's a if this was angles, this would be an isosceles triangle angle. obtuse move, I should say that in the opposite way, not in the inclining way, in a declining way. Man. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say, Marcus?
No, I was just gonna say, you think it's a lateral move from Pochettino?
What has he won? Come on. I
understand he hasn't won anything.
He's had better talent than us and won nothing. And no, man. Such a lateral move. No, sorry. Obtuse move.
All I'm saying is the guy has seen a Champions League final, bro.
So?
He didn't get there by mistake.
You could have coached that team to the Champions League final.
Stop it. Nah,
yes,
now you're being... Nah. That team is not...
Y'all would have taken that game to penalties. Stop it, man. Come on, bro. Yeah, come on, man.
They were lucky to reach that final. Let's just put it that way. You should have knocked them out and won your first.
Wait,
you got there.
I don't know. I was confusing. You're talking about Tottenham.
No, I'm talking.
Nah, man. I can't even give him that much credit for that, bro. Nope. They were under zero pressure. They were underdogs. It's like I will compare them to this. I will compare them to Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers won, so that's even a stretch. But they were under no pressure. None. In his first Super Bowl run, he was underdog throughout the entire thing. He played terrible in every playoff game except the Super Bowl because he was under zero pressure.
Honestly, I wouldn't say he was though. Honestly, like I think that's the greatest thing that Poch has done. So let's not like really downplay, his greatest achievement like that. Oh, they got steamrolled by Liverpool, right? Yeah, they'll just but that Man City game was a classic. That was just.
I do not want that for Chelsea.
It just happened.
Sorry. Don't want that. Don't build me up just to let me down. Because we.
So you guys think this Pochettino is gonna fail, 100%.
At best. Here's what. Yes, I agree with that. But here's my best.
Wow.
As a stepping stone to a better coach.
Okay, so final question on this. So I'll just one by one. You guys can pick the order who wants to answer first. So how long do you guys think that Pochettino will last?
4 months. No more than 4 months.
Checks.
Christmas Eve, he's gone.
Wow.
4 months tops.
Hey, look at this, Marcus. If we hire Pochettino, okay, I never want to see Todd Bowley at Stamford Bridge again. I don't want to see him the entire time because I have zero expectations from my club at that point.
Yeah.
So every day he's on fraud watch. I'm criticizing. I'm gonna find a way to send him mail to London to the because he is not the type of coach I expect to take us to the level where we need to go. Like we need we need a Tuchel. We need people that have experience that have won, not just he's at Spurs. He builds around the young players, blah blah blah. But Tuchel is already gone, so it's like,
Luis Enrique pulled his name because
and we fired so many coaches. It's like there's no one left. It's just like shit. I don't know, man. Maybe we're about to be stripped.
His name probably because Luis Enrique actually was like the most adamant when during the first week of that the job was open. He was coming out and saying how much he wants to come back to coaching. And he even laid out a whole plan for Todd Bowley. He called him, laid out a plan.
That's the thing. So why didn't that work?
Todd Bowley literally looked at what he should do, and he chose to do the exact opposite. So Luis Enrique said, yeah, he has no idea what he's doing. I would just get fired even if he hired me anyways and said, yeah, I'm actually pulling my name out. No surprise. Yeah, man. I give Poach 4 months, man. I actually kind of feel sorry for Poach now. I give him 4 months.
I just think it's gonna be hilarious if the man is successful, goes on a win streak like no other to open the season, and then all of you both are here screaming, "Damn, Pochettino! Damn!"
No. Win streak.
You signed of the year.
Win streak. That sounds attractive.
So what are you saying? If we win something with him,
win streak towards what? Win streak towards a final losing. Win streak towards a playoff losing. Win streak towards not winning anything. Towards what end? Please.
There's no way you can possibly think Mauricio Pochettino is good enough to take this Chelsea to winning anything.
Oh, this Chelsea, bro, this Chelsea won't exist. From the summer, there's a massive exodus going. You guys have 30. You have 35 plus players in your roster.
So, but now again, we're making another mistake because Mauricio Pochettino isn't the one to look at these players and choose. It shouldn't be him. It should be a manager who has experience, who has done this before, who's won, who's.
Because what I'm saying about the win streak is, you may be right about the win streak because maybe the players just need a stable air for a few months. But this win streak is going to come at what end? Winning a title? No.
Look,
okay. So my point is exactly.
We need, like, I don't really want, like, right now I'm not asking for him to even win everything, but I'm just saying if he does the bare minimum, that's not going to be good enough, you know? So it's like I want to see the team. I want to see a real team emerging and a progress over several years. Like that's what we need. And Pochettino just doesn't seem like that guy. He just doesn't seem like that. Like look at the rest of the top six and look at their coaches. Like would any of those teams rather have Pochettino than what they have right now?
Let's go through just the top 4 coaches. So each one of those top 4 coaches has been there, has had a whole offseason to work with their players. Am I wrong? At least all of those, every single one of the top server, at least one full offseason to work with their players, to get what players they need, to get their staff. They've had at least 6 months to fail. And look at the ones that are outside, save for Liverpool.
Hey, that's my case. It is what it is.
It's like
next up to look at, we got Arsenal. They've had quite a weekend. So it started off on Friday, right? They played Southampton, and going into the match, you would think Arsenal is going to flambe Southampton because Southampton was bottom of the league table at that time going into the match.
They were,
and with the league leaders, Arsenal,
they're not anymore. Okay, they still are. They still are. Continue.
Tomorrow hasn't happened yet, but so they go into the match, and you would think about to flambe them, and Southampton gave him a fight. In fact, Southampton was up 2-0 at one point. Arsenal had to fight for the draw. Now, they dropped points against Southampton. That makes it what? 3 straight draws, 2 straight draws? What is it?
3.
3 straight draws?
Yep.
6 points dropped in the last 3 matches.
Yep.
Now that leaves Manchester City with the game at hand and the decider tomorrow, in which they play against each other, Manchester City.
Can someone
Arsenal,
please thank me?
Etihad.
Can someone please give me my flowers now? Can someone please say, I told you so? Can someone please say from the beginning of this season, through everything, when everybody would look at me, Trossard, Martinelli, Jesus.
Hey, wait. You don't get your flowers just... Wait. You don't get your flowers just yet. Let's see what happens tomorrow. because they have to win their game in hand, and then they have to win the other game.
Marcus, I should get my flowers because what did I say? When you guys were 5 points behind, what did I say, Marcus?
It's not gonna last.
Thank you. I said Arsenal will hand it back to them.
Technically they haven't handed it back to them just yet. Okay,
Bro,
if they win tomorrow, then we'll see.
All the Premier League games.
But they haven't done that yet. They haven't done that. Arsenal is still in the lead. I know with games in hand, but it hasn't happened yet.
What do you think Arsenal's going to win now?
Look, all I'm saying is you don't get your flowers until at least next week. Okay? Your flowers are like pending. It needs like 5 business days for you to get your flowers. So just wait. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
All I really said was Arsenal will hand it back to Man City.
Yeah, they're definitely bottling it. 6 points dropped in 3 games. That was them bottling. Super. But hey, I saw something. I saw a post on Twitter. Man City drew to these same teams last year, and they won the title. But hey, that's just wishful thinking. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Well, I think we're pretty sure what's gonna happen, but and we're all in agreement. I don't even need to say it. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So give me your scores.
Arsenal.
What's the scoreline?
It's gonna be like 5-0. It's gonna be like 5 or 6. They're gonna destroy them.
Man City, Arsenal.
Oh,
that's my realistic. Yeah, tomorrow.
Man City, Arsenal. Wait, Shaq, you said 5-0 who?
Oh, Man City, they're at home.
Oh, wow.
Man City are just gonna end them right there. It's gonna be very disappointing. But hey, I'll also place a bet on Arsenal just in case.
I'll go 2-2 tie. What? Yeah. I'll allow Man City to drop points against them and still win the league.
Look. That doesn't make no sense, Zach. Like, let me look at them. Last time they met, it was a 3-1 defeat, February.
I know.
Before that, 1-0, they won. Before that, 1-2, City won. Before that, 5-0 to Man City. Before that, 1-0. Like, come on, bro. Like, the list is endless. And Marcus' team just ended.
I thought we're going against a new Arsenal. But this is a new Arsenal, right? It's a new Arsenal.
Oh, no, it's not a new Arsenal because William Saliba is still injured. You still got they're going to be starting Gabriel and Rob Holding as their center backs.
Oh,
listen.
God. Oh, no.
Listen.
Okay, 3-0 Man City.
Listen.
I didn't know Saliba was...
It's lunch. It's lunch. I don't have chopsticks, so this is the best we get. It's lunch. It's going to be lunch tomorrow. 3-0.
You know what's crazy? Because it takes me back to the day of like Bayern dominating Arsenal in the Champions League. It's been a while since that happened, but especially seeing City tear that Bayern team apart, I'm like, yeah, these guys are like their only chance was to just win their games and not have to worry about what happens in the Man City game. But they just bottled way too much now.
No, I mean that second Bayern game is kind of lackluster.
Yeah, well, the first one. Arsenal.
The first, Man City ended in the first one, so
yeah.
The need for the second one because Bayern, imploded.
So Arsenal have City next away. They have Chelsea at home. They have Newcastle away. They have Brighton at home. They have Nottingham Forest away. Home to Wolves, and that's that.
Nottingham Forest and Wolves, though.
So Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Wolves. Like, yes. If they had just won their other games, maybe they would, have a bigger chance. But damn, they messed up. It's not easy winning the Premier League.
You can't be struggling with a 3-3 draw against last place Southampton. I expect to win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you just can't.
Yeah.
That's not championship. That's not championship pedigree.
Like, I'm waiting for this championship pedigree to show up. Because even those games that they were coming back and winning, I'm like, something's not right. There's too many lucky chances averted. Ooh, the opponent, they goes off the bar. They get the ball in the counterattack and they score a goal. I'm like, they could have just given up a goal, but instead they ended up scoring a goal. So those chances that are going their way, like I said, it's now coming back to haunt them. Because as much as they want to play attacking football, still got to defend in this league, man. It doesn't matter what team you play.
If it's an embarrassing score line tomorrow, I am nominating Arsenal for on the frauds of the season list.
Why? No, I wouldn't. No.
Yes, I am because they tricked me. You know, I feel like I was scammed. I got scammed by Arsenal.
That's just personal.
Actually, that's
I gotta get them back.
Because you were enamored by the magic, like the Cowboys. Oh, the Cowboys are winning! Oh my God! Yay! On to the Super Bowl. It is what it is, man. You know. So it's fair. You can have them on your fraud list. I don't put them on my list. I don't see them as. I see them as a good young team. I don't even know if they'll make top 4 next season. Let's see.
Yeah.
Really?
It's crazy.
I don't know. Is Jorginho gonna be there? Is all those players gonna be there?
They did sign Jorginho.
We'll see.
It was random.
We'll see.
How quickly I forgot about Jorginho. Like that's.
Well, just because he hasn't since he joined, that's when the forum decided to go into the toilet. So
they always buy our worst players and think they're gonna change their team. Like why?
It is about Jorginho.
Going in the toilet isn't Jorginho's fault. It's just bad timing and bad luck. Let the guy live. Let him be alone. It
wasn't his first contribution to score an own goal or get sent off or be at fault for a goal on his Arsenal debut.
Was to score a crazy winning goal from outside the box. When he's never scored a goal that looks anything like that for Chelsea ever. He scores a screamer from outside the box to win the game.
It's tough.
It was so pathetic.
It's tough. You know, you were saying the same thing about KDB. You didn't see them. You didn't see what he's doing in Chelsea blue. Only in Manchester City.
No, I saw it. No. That's where you're wrong, my friend. I saw it. Back then, I think the first game of the season, Jose Mourinho started KDB, Andre Schürrle, and I think Mata or someone. And I was like, yo, he was number 15 back then. I'm like, yo, number 15? This kid is amazing. And we just got him from Genk or something? And then all of a sudden, the next game, we loaned him out. I'm like, all right, fair. Let's let him get some play time. 3 months later, Wolfsburg bought him out outright. What's going on? And that's when we were looking for players like him when we were in our down year.
It's tough.
And
Wolfsburg bought him, and then Manchester City said,
the same thing with Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah's debuted for us. He scored the easiest goal of his life I've ever seen any player score. Debut 6-1 thrashing of Arsenal. And then
you see that brings me back to my first point.
What was your first point?
The hell? My first point, which is Pochettino is not the guy to make sure we never make expensive mistakes like KDB and Salah. I don't trust him with the future of this club. Honestly,
he won't be fully empowered.
It might be the ultimate secret agent sent by Spurs to destroy us from the inside.
I wouldn't blame Coach because that's not going to be Poch's job. We already know that. We already know what Todd Bowley does. Yeah. And Todd Bowley doesn't. He's not going to listen to a manager. Did he listen to Potter? No. Come on. So that's not going to be on Poch. What's going to be on Poch is us not winning any titles because that's what's going to happen. 0 titles under Poch. I don't care what players. We could get Mbappe. Been there, done that. So,
Wow.
I mean, literally, Push literally didn't win.
So here we are again with a new manager going into the season. Like, I just don't. Yeah, we're just gonna be like mid-table again, and just gonna sack him again. Like, that's all. That's the most I expect. Maybe it won't get that bad. I'm actually, I hope for the worst, but I expect it's gonna be. I hope for the best, but I can't get my expectations up about Pochettino. It just seems pointless. Honestly, and I think even if we do get a coach that we like, we should be cautiously optimistic about what he can do, because at the end of the day, still got Todd Bowley in there fucking things up.
Fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Time will tell. Hopefully, it's the best case scenario instead of the worst case that you guys are expecting. Let's take it around the world real quick before we close up this episode. So, big upset today in Real Madrid, Girona, 4-2. They lost. Castellanos scored 4 goals. First player to do that against Real Madrid in a long time. Scored all 4 against Real Madrid, and
Robert Lewandowski, of course. Come on, I remember that game.
Listen, man, yo,
come on, man. That was the Robert Lewandowski coming out party.
Real Madrid is just falling apart in La Liga, and quite frankly, as a Manchester City fan, I'm loving it every minute of it, because I am not afraid for Champions League. What? What'd you say?
Gonna come out and beat you in the Champions League.
Relax. You're just a hater.
I'm not worried about them.
You're just a hater. Shakes, what do you think?
Well, I would love to set you guys up to fail. So if the best Man City team of all time with their best coach of all time can't defeat a Real Madrid that's been losing 4-2 to Girona, you will never hear the end of it from me. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen, because they got that championship DNA in them. They own the Champions League. I don't think they're scared of you. Hopefully Haaland is a little, Haaland is that cheat code that is going to put you guys ahead. But I think at the end of the day, it's Real Madrid got this.
Or, like I said, my premonition could come to take place where Man City somehow squeaks past Real Madrid and loses 1-0 to Rafael Leao, and Marcus starts calling him a fraud.
I actually think my AC Milan is my pick. I want them to win so bad. Honestly, I really want them to win.
You guys are haters, but
yes, so
you guys are haters, but you may be able to predict the future somewhat, because Serie A was going to be our next destination in this little around the world trip. Nothing too crazy going on there. Napoli's already pretty much got that done and dusted. But what I wanted your opinion on was Juventus. They managed to get their 15 points back, guys. The 15 points
they did?
Yeah, they are now 3rd in Serie A, I believe.
Yeah, not like it mattered much, but yeah.
You're right, not that it matters much, because UEFA is looking to get to a 1-year ban from all European competitions. So,
wow.
That's the aluminum.
If they're cool, if they're not winning the league, all right, well, cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
They are
they'll still get the money that third place gets, but they just won't get that European money.
Actually, I can see them finishing second, because Lazio is only 2 points ahead of them. But they can still drop down too. But they're definitely back in Europe this year. That's insane. So, did we hear why they got their 15 points ahead? Did they just appeal to what? It's the CAS?
I don't know what arbitration they did it, what court they used, but they did go through some appeal process.
Very good lawyers.
And they banned them. Why did they ban them? Why did they get the deduction in the first place?
Grabbing your match fixing.
No, it was that was
Yeah.
no, it was their finances. They misreported
Oh
wages.
yeah.
Yes.
And player sales and all that. So they were
I think there were
Yep.
also match fixing.
cooking the books. I
don't
think
know
that
about
was a
that.
separate one. That was a separate one that happened like a couple years ago. I think the match fixing allegations with Conte.
Yeah.
With Conte, when Conte was in charge of Juventus. I think that's like way back when.
Somebody was match fixing over there.
Yeah, I definitely believe it. Somebody was match fixing. Right? Hey, they got their 15 points back. Even though they were probably guilty, but hey, well, good for them. Cool. Congratulations.
All right. Last trip on this around the world journey. We end our journey in the Bundesliga, mainly because Bayern Munich is falling apart. They have just been they got another L, and since getting dumped out of the Champions League, it's been rough. It's been rough going, and now they are 1 point behind Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund is in the lead, and if you look at the remaining fixtures for the rest of the way, you would probably feel pretty good betting on them to go away with the title. All things considered, best case
Is
scenario.
anybody in this conversation betting on Borussia Dortmund to win the league?
I'm putting as soon as we get off the podcast, I'm putting it on him because Tuchel has been a disaster class at Bayern Munich. I hate to see it, but I want I'd rather see the underdog.
Disaster class. Wow.
Dortmund to
Yes.
win this league.
Yes, I am.
If someone you are,
I'll put a cheeky 5 on it because there's a chance. There's a chance.
To be honest, I
I'm
don't.
saying literally, if someone puts a gun to your head and says, if which team wins, whatever team wins, you live.
Bayern.
Or
Bayern.
Okay.
Because there's a difference between betting my life and the reason between betting a couple dollars.
No, I'm talking about your life. I'm not talking about. I'm saying your life. Let's be for real. Who do we win?
Bayern.
I still got Bayern winning this league.
Yeah, it's a Bayern Liga for a reason.
Nah, I've seen. Yo, these guys are sinking faster than you would in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
So you're betting your life on. You're putting your life on Dortmund.
I'm like, listen, life or not, I think Borussia got this in the bag. Marco Reus, he deserves the title. Marco Reus deserves the title. Bellingham, he knows he's leaving this summer. He wants to repay Dortmund for all the trust and everything that they've done for him and allowing him and helping him grow into the player that he is today. And there's no better way to say thank you.
Come on, man.
So you are not putting your life. You are hoping that they win. Fair enough. No, we're all on the same page.
I'm pretty sure we will all be really happy to see Dortmund win it over Bayern for one time. But it's like realistically, this is real life, and Bayern have won like the last 10?
10, 50, how
7.
many? They're only
all of them.
If you told me there were 1 point ahead with.
So basically, Dortmund have to be perfect. They have to be perfect and win all their games because Bayern's right there too.
I mean, I'm not saying Bayern is perfect, but I'm saying it's gonna come down to the last 2-3 games. And somebody is gonna fold, and somebody is gonna win or draw and not lose. I'm telling you, and you're gonna put your life on Dortmund.
Nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that. We hope. Yes, I want Marco Reus to win. Yes, I want what's his name, the USA kid, to be validated. Like, yes, I'm that dude. What's his name? The guy that's been going haywire, scoring goals left and right. Giovanni, is that his name?
Gio Reyna.
Giovanni Reyna. Yeah. So, yeah, I want the Reynas, Mama Reyna, Papa Reyna to be going crazy when their son brings like a bonus like a title. But do I think it will happen? No way in hell. Because this is what Dortmund does, especially against their biggest rival. need I remind you, Champions League final, Klopp versus Pep. Had every chance to win that game.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't Pep. No, sorry, it wasn't Klopp versus Pep. It was somebody else, right?
Who and what game are we talking about?
There was a Dortmund Bayern Champions League final. I think that was Klopp's last game, I believe.
Huh.
And they lost to Bayern. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is it's just Dortmund can literally go on a winning streak, and then it's just when it comes to Bayern, it's just something about those guys in red, man.
Yeah.
It's just something about them, you know. Yeah, but it's
Well,
I mean it's kind of enamoring. Even Tom Brady said it when he played there. You ever been to you go inside the Allianz Arena, Lewandowski scores a goal, and there a Bayern song is going, everybody's dancing, then Lewandowski does his little celebration. There's just something about that stadium, man, that in Dortmund they can't play there. They just can't function there. Yeah, but yeah.
All right, time will tell. Well, that takes us to the end of yet another episode. As always, thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share it out, all that good stuff. And as always, we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks again. Peace.
Peace.